afternoon, everyone. It's Rachel here with Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I know it's not our day, but I'm doing a BIS to my episode because I did see in the Facebook group, and Sarah had mentioned it to me, that there are some people who have been sort of feeling a block because they don't have the fabrics. So you don't have to have these fabrics. This was my sister's fault. She said, oh, you can design me a base for my thing, and I did. Why not? You know, I love fabric, and to be able to design, you know, my own fabrics and use them is just a joy for me. But that does not mean that you guys have to have these fabrics. Now, what I thought I would do in this video is give alternative options, because although we've both repeated multiple times that you don't need to have them, there are some people who feel like they do need to have them, and there's a whole lot of people saying, oh, I'm going to print on my printer. So I used to do the printing on the printer. I sent my printer to Printer Heaven early. It died early because I don't think it appreciated it. So that's, you know, your own personal choice if you want to do that. It's not color fast, and you won't get the, you know, the colors are not as vibrant, but it doesn't matter if you're going to embroider over the top, that's fine. But it seems to have become like this craze sort of thing. So one person I recommend that you watch, and I watched her, I don't know if it was her last video, I'm a bit all over the place with watching videos because I haven't had a lot of time, is Corrine. I'll link the video that I watched yesterday. I absolutely loved it. Corrine is wild. Like, you're going to go on a wild ride watching Corrine, because she is the most enthusiastic, well, not the most, but one of the most enthusiastic people I've ever seen. And when you give her a prompt, she just goes bonkers, and she has so many ideas. And I don't think that Corrine sleeps at night. I don't sleep at night because I'm a bad sleeper, but I think Corrine doesn't sleep at night because she's very prolific. She does a lot of videos. I don't know how she does it because she has another job, but she had some great ideas in her last video to get the look. And I absolutely love what you're doing, Corrine. Absolutely love it. And she's also done some experimental things. Corrine, I can't wait to see you do that as well. With your, she glued down napkin onto the fabric, and she's going to stitch it. So I think Corrine is a good one to watch for other options. I apologize to anybody else. I'm sure lots of people have had. There are lots of videos up, so if you just click on the hashtag, you'll get to everybody's videos. I haven't had time to be able to watch everyone's videos, but you know, I just click on the hashtag. That's why we have it, and then all the videos that have put the hashtag in their title will come up. So guys, if you're doing videos, use the hashtag, because people will click on it and then they can watch your videos as well, because we can't get to everybody. And I'm sure there's lots of great ideas out there. There's thousands of people doing this, you know, following along in Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and I can guarantee you, probably not even, I don't even know how many people have bought it, but there's not that many people that are using the fabrics. Corrine has them, but she's hoarding them. So she's doing her own thing. And so I just don't want anyone to think that they have to have the fabrics. Okay, so how I would approach it if I wasn't me and I didn't have my fabrics, what would I do to create my field notes? Basically, I would have a very neutral background. So I would take any form of, I like to use vintage or old. If you don't have access, you might have some linen, or you might recycle a linen shirt or something, but neutral sort of colors. So these, you know, these sorts of colors. This is actually a bit of a nightmare, and look, it got moldy, but it has been washed. You know, but anything like these sorts of things. Now these are all old, but that one's not, but it's a nice loose weave linen. I would use, and you know, like even these vintage tablecloths sort of things. I've already cut into that one, you see. But I would use those things as my background. Okay, and what I would do personally is just have a strip of, I'm not going to do it now, but I'll just give you an idea, to have a strip of calico to do the accordion, style. And then I would collage my base fabrics, which would be these, and I would do different shades. I like to do different shades when I'm collaging. I do it with the papers, and I like to do it with the fabrics, and then I would layer up, and then I might even add a lace like that. I mean, look how gorgeous. I mean, that I would stretch that out obviously and stitch it down, but look how gorgeous that is already. Okay, now what about the script? How would I deal with the script? Well, first of all, if you've got great handwriting, you can use some sort of pen. Like, you could use a fabric pen, but not a wash away one. I saw, so I can't remember who it was, someone used these sort of more micron. This is a uni pin, but it's a bit like a micron. I've got the microns over there. You don't press too hard because they do bleed. Or a biro even, you could try. Just test on a piece of fabric, and you could do some writing. You could do some notes. You can actually write on your fabric. Corrine did do some painting, and I've done that a lot. I'm actually planning on doing the swatching as well. I'm just trying to find, I don't know where I put mine. Anyway, I have a video doing the swatching on the fabrics. I did keep them here, but I think I've moved them. I think they've gone into this mess up here. There's some, that's a good example of something. Oh, where have they gone? I don't know where my little fabric swatchy woo-woos have gone. I'm sorry, guys. But you can swatch with watercolor. Just don't know that it bleeds, so you've just got to just have a test on a piece of fabric. You can stamp with the you know, I'm going to do some stamping on mine, even though I've got a little bit of background on mine. There's this kind of thing is going to happen. I do have a pouch somewhere as well. I'm not as organized as I thought. I thought I was really organized here, but I do have a little pouch here somewhere with stamped bits. But do you think I can find it? What's in that one? What's that? What is those? What are those scraps? I don't know. Oh, here we go. I found it. Haha. I mean, they're not all words. They're little stamped bits of there's memories. I don't know if I've got any other nature ones in there. I probably do. Just little stamped pieces of fabric, and we're going to do that in a minute. So yeah, for my base, going back to that, I would collage neutral, and then you can add little pockets of things. Like I have a little piece of you know, toile, or you might have a little, sometimes I like to add a little, and I'll probably be doing that with mine, adding little bits and pieces of fabrics that I like around. Okay, so then if we want to get the scripty do's, so we're going to do that now. So that's for the base, and I would do my little invisible stitch, little stitch on top. Sarah showed it, long stitch at the back of these. Actually, you know, I would even be capable of joining these just like this and not having a base. I would just do the stitches there where it overlaps, and it won't come apart, the fabric. So that's how I would create my base. Then I would stamp fabric. So I pulled out a few stamps just to give you an idea. I'm just going to have a quick squiz here. Now, this is a little bit coarse, this fabric. These, because I've only got old hemps here, don't I? Where I've got cotton out on the terrace, which is probably not such. Here's a nice piece of linen. We can stamp that. I think I'll move my mat out of the way. Oh no, I'll just do it on the book. You'll see this is too coarse. You can stamp it, but you won't get the definition. I'm just trying to see if I've got some. Here we go. What's this? Oh no, well, this is an embroidery piece. We can stamp on this. I just want to give you an idea. I'll show you one in a minute that's been stamped on the more coarse fabric. Now that's coarse. Of course I don't have what I need. Here's a stamped one. This is on a sort of more this type of fabric. But anyway, okay, so this was stamped on. This is a Makey stamp, M-A-K-I, on Etsy, and they also have their own website. And you can see it's a little bit coarser, and so you get less definition, but it's perfectly fine, and it would be lovely actually for the field notes. And then you could just do some embroidery on there and pick up some of the details. So I'm just going to grab some paper, like a block of paper. It's just better to stamp on that. You get better definition. And I just wanted to show you, like, I would stamp even we'll try that one, but I don't know that I'll get such a good stamping on it. I pulled out some of my favorite, so these again makey stamps, and I would be more inclined to use probably brown and or green in my background, or a grey. I tend to steer away from black. So I would just stamp that, and you get a lovely piece of fabric that you can use in your journal of stitchery in the background. So we'll pull those back over when we've stamped a few things. And then this one, I thought I would stamp this one here, which is again a makey stamp. There, as you can see, they're one of my faves. I might even use these, so I'll just put these aside in mine as well. Stamp that one. Whoops, look at that. Now let's stamp that one on here, and you'll see the difference. It may work. I may eat my words, eat my hat if I was wearing one. But let's just see. So most people have access to some kind of scripty-doo. Not too bad. That one didn't stamp too badly on there, so I actually quite like that. So eat my hat. Okay, then I have this one. It's just a label-y sort of stamp. Let's try that one. I don't know that this is not such a good quality stamp. I think I got it on Amazon. See, not as good as that one, but still usable. So that kind of gives you like the idea of a field notey sort of thing. And then you can use these types of stamps as well. You can see that the brown is really nice. Those ones work perfectly fine on here. And then the other thing I thought you could stamp, so you could do plenty of scripty-doo stamping. I also brought over that one, but I won't stamp that one. The other thing you can do is stamp labels. So this is a label stamp that I have, obviously. Let's see how this turns out on the more coarse, and then we'll do it on the finer one. I'll do it up there so I can fit something else. So that's perfectly fine. And then you could take your letter stamps and stamp in there, or you could handwrite. This might be hard to write on. You could embroider something in there. We'll do, I don't think that one will fit on here, so I'll need to get another piece of fabric. As I said, not as organized as I thought. I quite like the color of this. See, it's better on this. You get more detail. So I'll do another one. There. And then just put that. I wanted to do, this is a I love these stamps. These are French. It's a florilège design. Sorry, my French friends, I can't pronounce it. I'm not very good at that. Bought that on Amazon. FLORILEGES Designs. Don't know, I bought it a while ago. I haven't even used it yet, so I need to find a piece of fabric big enough to take it. But I think this will be, excuse the noise, I think this will be lovely. Oh, well, I had these over here. Was there something appropriate here? This one. Oh, it's not big enough. Well, that one's a bit coarse. Let's try this one. I think it's too coarse, and it's not, oh no, it is big enough. Now you kind of need a little bit of this is like a softer surface than if I were to just stamp on there, and so it just molds into the stamp better. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. So we can use that. Of course, you can stamp botanicals, you can stamp butterflies. I have a whole thing here. I put these in my packs. You can have birds. I've got butterflies in here. There's rabbits. I've got little scripty-doos like that I would possibly use in it. So here's a lovely butterfly. So anything like that is going to be good in your field notes. And oh, I think I'll stamp a bit of this one too. So, you know, I might need them. Might as well while I'm here. Did I have another one? Oh, I didn't stamp that one. It doesn't matter. Do that one. Oops, crooked. Although I'll cut it out so it won't matter. There. and there. So not these kinds of things don't stamp too badly, but if you want to do a flower and have more detail, you kind of need the fabrics that aren't such a coarse weave. Okay, so that's the stamping. So to get your script, you can stamp. If you've got a nice scripty type of stamp, then you can get the script look on your thing. And you can also write. If you've got the nice handwriting, I don't love my handwriting, so I don't. But if you did have handwriting that you didn't mind and that could look a bit field notey, then you can write on it as well. Now, I don't want to put it on there. I'll put those, I need to clean those, so I'll put those over there. So this was my piece that I pulled out before. I can't remember exactly what I had on it. I think I had this going on here. I like to add layers. It gives you texture, and I will be adding more to mine as well, even though I've got my base. Now I've got my bits here. So for example, we could cut them out. Now this fabric is quite white, so that might be something that might bother me. You could dip it into tea, although I used so if you really want really staying on ink, I know stays on doesn't come off. This, I don't think this will come off either. So if you wanted to quickly give it a swoosh in the tea, you can do that if you want to make it look older. But I might, oh, look at this. This is going, and it says floor, like it's flowers. So I could put that there. I could have, you know, maybe a stamp like this happening. It's just a hint. It's just, you know, it's in brown, so it's not too, I don't want it to be too bold. I kind of want it to sit in the background. So something like that. And I'm already getting a field notey kind of feeling about it. I did kind of like this maybe over here, or actually I might even, you know, just do a little bit of collaging. Have fun with it, guys. Don't get stressed. Don't overthink it. Just do it. And then for your botanicals, okay, so we've addressed the script. So we have this bit of script. I might want to, it's all, you know, I might want to add a little bit of script. I might add that. Maybe I wouldn't add that there. I did like it though. I might put that there. Now, what do I do about my flowers? So first of all, there's, I pulled these out. I forgot to show you these the other day. Well, I've only got one here. I have another one. It's over there somewhere. My mum has this book. Now this one is not more, this is not such necessarily realistic flowers. It's more embroidery sort of flowers, you know, like crewel work, and they're really taken in from the antique embroideries. But there are some flowers in here, like those and that one, that you could use. And you may have to reduce them depending on your project, but you just put them on. And I'll show you with what. You can do it with a light box or your window. You put the design under, but they're quite thin, these, so I would actually probably trace over those, like photocopy them. There's birds. This is a beautiful book, and it was unavailable, and then Mum had it, and she has an old one, and I found it on Amazon, and it wasn't expensive. It's by Dover Publications, and they are for artists, and they're usually public domain, like public, you know, free of public domain, sort of, you know what I mean. So there's that one, and then I also have the Edith Holden colouring book, excuse me, which I purchased because I got one for Mum as well, because there's just the outline, you know, there's the daffodils, so it's just the black and white line drawings of her book, one of her other books. So I thought that was useful, because sometimes because I'm not an artist, I find it quite hard sometimes to visualize when I can see all of the shading. I did go and buy all of those books, well, not all of them, but most of those books that Corrine the Enabler showed us all the other day too, and I mean that in the kindest of ways. So yes, you can sketch your drawing on here. If you are not like a drawer, I can do basic drawing, but not, you know, really detailed sort of drawing. And I did draw my one on, where is it? I did draw mine on by hand, freehand, but I then embroidered it, but it was a simple drawing. I'm just trying to find it, guys. Oh dear, here it is. So I drew this on freehand, but it was a rather simple flower, that one. It wasn't too hard. However, some of them I will put on with, I'll show you. I couldn't find my Solvay. It's downstairs somewhere. So I got my, I got the water, this is Nesters. Look at the beautiful packaging. Got this on Amazon, wasn't too expensive. It's a water-soluble non-woven fabric, so I can rip it. It's kind of transparent. So you do your drawing, like put it over the fabric, the drawing. Maybe I'll just show you. I haven't opened it yet. I thought I might like this more than the plasticky one, but I did buy that one as well because I've used that one before. Okay, so just say there's something in here. Let's find something little. Because these are quite stylized flowers, obviously. I've got the other one. There's another one that I don't know where I put it. It's Corrine showed it. She had it. Here's some tulips. I think those are some type of rose. Anyway, just say I wanted to put that on. You put this, see? You can see. You just draw it on. And then you tack it in place on your piece. Actually, I could use those, couldn't I? You tack it on your piece and then you stitch, and then I think I can tear it. No, this one does not tear so much, but there is called a tearaway one. So I would then have to wet it and get that off. Or otherwise, I did buy the same brand. I love the storage. And the same brand, I bought the Solvay. This is the Solvay. And it's the same thing, but it's a water-soluble plastic. And I never wet mine because you have to really, really rinse them to get it out. What I do is I used to just tear it out. Mum always leaves a bit in her work. I think she tears hers out and there's always a bit left in there. Okay, so that's how you're going to get your design on here if you're going to draw it. The other option is Sarah used, if you've got some vintage embroideries, you might have something that's appropriate for your prompt and you can use that. The other option is fabrics, so florally fabrics. I had trouble finding something. These look like tulips to me. These are Sanderson fabrics. They could be cut out. You could cut that out and have it there, and then you could have the bulb down here. That looks like a pansy to me. So you can certainly, I don't know what that would be, but I know you ladies and gents maybe are more expert than me with the flowers. These could be interpreted as daisies. I can't remember what those ones are called. So you can have fabrics where you can cut the flowers out as well and then embroider them if you want to. You don't have to have printed flowers. You can find them. And Corrine did show, she got, there's plenty of fabrics, quilting fabrics out there that have the flowers that you can cut out. I know there was I think it was an English lady that had shown, she had a whole lot of script, there's script quilting fabric. But if you don't want to go out and buy that stuff, I don't want to go out and buy, I don't have so many quilting fabrics, so I sort of moved on from all of that. But sometimes I'll buy them. I would like to buy the out of print sort of ones. Use your stamps. If you've got some nice stamps that you like, just use your stamps and put it on. Get the scripty sort of feel about it with your stamps. Another nice thing which I am going to put in mine are laundry labels. I think they're really nice, and there's some with numbers if you've got those. Just trying to think of options just to give the look. Now I feel like I want to do one like this as well, but I think that's not feasible for me. I don't think I'm going to have time to do that. You might have just say if you do a daisy, when we get into the daisy period, you might put something like that down. That's taken from probably a 1500s or 1600s illustration, and then do your daisies there, and you've stamped it, and then you've got your daisies. What are these? Water lilies, I think. So you might have I don't know when water lilies come out, but you might do water lilies and then have that there. So you can create the look without having all the printed things. Okay, and yeah, so I just wanted to address that and help with that issue, because some people were feeling very blocked. But I think that you really can have fun with it, with your stamps. Some people have found tea towels with botanical images on them, like individual, some the ones that are in the public domain. They've done a tea towel, and you can just cut those out and put them on. You can embroider them. You can cut them out of your fabrics. You can. And I'm going to be doing that. I'm not going to be using just all the printable things. I'm just excited about them. It's a new thing for me, and I want to play with all the things. And so I'll get over it, and I'll get into it, and be using all kinds of things, I hope. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to anyone who was feeling that they couldn't, because you can. And you know, the other thing about it is, I'm getting like that too. I feel like everything has to be really, what's the word in English? Really, like, oh, if it's a tulip, it has to exactly be a tulip. You know what I mean? Like, it can be a stylized flower. It doesn't have to be realistic. Like I'm feeling like everything has to be really realistic. Like I was actually out in the field and doing it, but really, I think you just do it for the fun of it and make it pretty. It doesn't it can be just a indication of whatever you're trying to represent. I don't think everything has to be word for word exactly realistic, like we're doing a painting sort of thing. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Sorry, Sarah, I didn't converse with you before I did this. I was going to, and then I forgot. And I hope you're enjoying this project, and it's kind of exciting and daunting at the same time. It's daunting for me as well, also because I don't know the flowers. And have fun with it. So please ask questions if you have any other further questions or anything like that, and enjoy your stitching. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.